Ding 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 ding. Mhm. Welcome, Sister Sowen. Nice to see you here. Let's see, where else do we need to be? Insight timer should be activating soon. Let me unpack a little bit. Welcoming Emmanuel, Ian, Veg Head. Buenos dias, welcoming everybody. You have a lot of bowls here. Just a couple bowls. Did not check my Discord today yet, but I guess I should. Many people was asking for the current link of the Discord. I haven't logged onto Discord in my I usually log onto Discord on my phone. You can give to me on the PC. Yeah. If you log in to the PC, you can. But if you don't know how to do that, that's okay. Don't have to. Yeah, it's all good. Apparently you like TikTok more. And thank you to Yoder, by the way, for the blessing. I hope you enjoy. I know the audio might not have been the best, but it is what it is for now. Because everybody, I have to accommodate everybody, that's why. Oh, what the? Discord. I'm not even logged in on my computer, Discord. But on my phone, yeah. But tonight I'm gonna unpack more flutes, but I guess I should do that first. Unpack more flutes. Somebody said they wanted to join the Discord. LYDS Cord. 514 member on here. I keep my eye on the Discord. Don't use it to invite. Give me a second here. This shouldn't take too long. Changing the hyperfollow. It's the same link. The invite link is the same, but I'm surprised somebody could not join. Discord invite link. Share invite. Okay. It's weird, that's the same link. Well, I guess I just have to try again. Give me a second here. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Dun, dun, dun. Guess that's done. If you were here, if you followed me on YouTube, you may have been in my local sound bath today at Unity of Houston. Over 100 people showed up today, looks like. But that's the average anyways. 106 people or something like that's the average. On a Wednesday night, you know. And honestly, I'm telling the Reverend, my friend, she's scared it's going to get too many people. I'm like, that's a good thing. Let it be full. How many instruments do you think you know how to play? As many as the universe tell me how. You know what I mean? But the truth is that you could play any instrument. It's just about actually sounding good, right? That's what you mean. I could play guitar, but it won't sound great because I don't play it. Honestly, what I do it because most people don't do it. I have crystal balls, but everyone plays crystal balls nowadays, and they want to. Right? Drums. I have a drum, and so Charles plays his drum. So it's like, Sean plays the handpan, because it's really hard to do sound healing with Tibetan bowls without microphones and knowing how to mic them. And flutes, right? You have to mic the flute. You have to know how to create the reverb. But it's about making love too. I think that's the key. You can play whatever instrument, but if it's not from the heart, or if it's too much drama, like this. sounds good, but the delivery, it matters. That's just, it's, yeah, drama in the flute. It's fine to like, but sometimes it's like Reiki that, chill. Because whenever you do too much, it makes people depend on you too much, right? Whenever you overgive, let me send you my Reiki. I can heal you. No, God heals. The universe heals. Whenever you do too much healing, the ego gets involved. And that's why doing too much can sometimes make people codependent on you instead of learn to heal themselves and love themselves. Which I see a lot of. Why? Because that's who they... Because sometimes they come from a lineage of teachers who don't teach them to be humble with the energy. Whenever you do too much, sometimes you make people addicted to you. Theater. Sounds like something Hollywood. Sadly, they do the same thing with Jesus and Buddha. Instead, that Jesus and the Buddha is within. But you can control a lot of people, making people worship things. The Buddha didn't bow to a statue of himself, and Jesus didn't pray to a cross with him on it. When I heard that first, I'm like, tell me more. What do you know? Really? Buddha didn't bow to a statue of himself. And the master said Buddhism got lost in the 5th century when they started doing that, when it became an establishment. My own teacher told me Buddhism got lost in the 5th century. And I'm like, okay, what happened? Some king in the 5th century decided to turn the Buddha's teaching into an establishment. Instead of practicing, we believe in this. Instead of practicing the belief, sometimes we just believe in things but don't practice. That's the difference. I identify with peace, but don't practice it. I identify with happiness, but don't feel it. What? Basically. And you know who said that? Michael Beckwith. In his book, Spiritual Liberation. That's why I give a lot of respect to Michael Beckwith. I'm like, And then when my own Buddhist master, like a Mahayana monk, tells you that, you're like, huh. And that's why many people, sometimes these teachers draw a lot of haters sometimes because they be speaking too much truth that pisses people off. I guess that's where I get it from. Even Buddha and Jesus they were very rebellious against all their teaching. I like what you're teaching, teacher, but I believe there's more. Like, are you going against the word of the Lord? Like, no, of course not. I'm just a free thinker. A free thinker? That sounds like you're going against the word. No, of course not. I would never. You know, my master was involved in the Khmer Rouge, like evacuated. And he said that, you know, he's a monk, so he was living amongst other monks. He told me that the monks that were attached to being a monk got executed. But the monks that had wisdom told them, oh, I'm just a lay person, I'm bald. They live. When we become attached to what we identify with, sometimes we go towards a path that's disharmonious because we're more attached to what we look on the outside. That's what I learned. Like, crazy, right? When you are too attached to your views, your image on the outside, it becomes disharmonious to your life sometimes. But to open your mind, right? But sometimes I used to hang around the hippie vibe and Burning Man vibe. And I went to Burning Man, and there were some things, I went to some camps, and there were some things that I didn't agree with, and I was like, And you can tell, there's a lot of teaching going on at Burning Man. A lot of teachings, but very radical, right? It's radical things. And because that's just the concept. And it had to do with polyamory. Like there was one like, why just have one partner when you can have 3? I stood there for 5 seconds and walked off right away. It's hard to love yourself to begin with. Imagine trying to love 2 or 3 other people. Goodbye. But I get it. It's just sometimes you can be so open-minded that you get lost. This is what I learned from being hanging out with, I had locks. So I immersed myself in the hippie vibe, smoked, plant medicines. Definitely wasn't like this before. Definitely. And I still love Burning Man. It's amazing. But local burns and all these things. So that's why I kind of end up knowing a lot, because I like to immerse myself into different cultures. I've been into both poly and mono. Yeah, it's just more about you can make it work, but golly, if it's hard, if you can't make it work with yourself, and then you try to make it work in a trio, it can be a big mess, which oftentimes it is. That's it. It's not like it can't work. Anything you can make it work. Advice or ask if you can help heal lower back pain. I definitely had lower back pain a month ago, and I've had sciatica right before doing a wedding videography one time. That was one of the most painful professional. Imagine you're at a wedding and you're a wedding videographer and you're the only wedding videographer. You've been to weddings, right? There's usually 3 guys doing video. But I don't know what the universe did to me. I was a solo videographer operating 3 cameras, and who worked for the company. I made them lots of money for sure. So imagine right before the wedding start, I pinched my sciatic nerve. I had to walk around like this. I still had to use my glide cam, and I have to like all effed up using a glide cam, you know, the stable, and it wasn't electronic. It was literally like the type where you have to use weights. When I got home, I couldn't even use the restroom. My back hurt so much. I couldn't even crawl to my bed. So I had to like, in pain, Google how to stretch my sciatic, like how to like, I didn't even know what to search. Okay, I just searched yoga for lower back. I just want, yeah, lower. It's like a huge nerve in next to your spine. Right? And so I started doing these stretches, the child's pose, getting on the knees, opening the hips, stretching the arms out, and then eventually learning to strengthen the back muscle or the flexors using Pilates technique, where you stick your arm out and your knee, you do that thing. And I went to the chiropractor also. I was just in so much pain. I'm like, can't do this. So number one thing, yoga. Please use it. That's an ancient technique to take care of your body. When you're sitting on the ground, like every stream, I'm sitting on the ground, right? It's literally yoga. I maintain good posture. I'm not slouching. When I have good posture, sitting straight. You gotta maintain good posture. So when I mess my back up, I just keep maintaining good posture. But when I first mess it up and you start to maintain it, ow. Now, if you take one of the things that I learned to not do is to not numb the pain, because you can mess it up more. Because imagine if I numb the pain and I get lazy. I start doing all this right now. Whenever I mess it up more, I don't feel it because it's numb. So whenever the pain, whenever it's gone, right? Whenever the painkiller goes away, it hurts even more. So now I gotta take double. So that's why you have to be aware, especially if you're taking something that numbs you. You have to pay attention. Don't mess it up more, but stretch it more. But of course, please consult your doctor. Yeah. Thank you to that one lady who is a lawyer in here. Gotta say that just because some people are attorneys, they need to hear that. Just so I can reduce some stress for some attorneys in here. Please consult your doctor. Today, welcoming Andrea. Oh, what note is for the lower back? What chakra? The lower back. Actually, my master says when you start messing around, actually, like mess around with the hanky panky, and you release too much, you mess up the energy flow up. You messed up the chakra flow. And that's why it drains, that lower back area gets weak, right? It's the sacral to the solar plexus, which is literally a D sharp. This note right here. But personally, in what I've been aware, when you use the solar plexus chakra, honestly, all the singing bowls help with it. So if you have lower back pain, I would just breathe into that area and get, well, it depends. If it's inflamed, you definitely want to reduce the inflammation first and then stretch it. But of course, whenever I had that lower back pain, I had to ice it first and then stretch it because sometimes it's too tender or painful. So icing it helps you to stretch it, and you just keep doing that until the inflammation between the spine is reduced. And also it's because I used to be a massage therapist at one point. Why? Because I thought that path was for me. I thought, okay, I want to be a healer. But I never thought I would end up being like a sound healer. I just casually played bowls. And then it just kind of shows me, I guess. I'm inflamed. I think I'm using heat, though it's very cramped up. Whenever my body gets sick personally, I start up, I take multivitamins now because I'm getting older, 36, right? And you start to feel different. You're like, wait a minute, that didn't used to hurt before. Damn, oh. You know what I mean? I'm drinking some matcha latte. Like, wait a minute, why I keep entering my lower back? Because I'm lifting big old boxes alone. That's the main issue. So now I stop using the big box. I reduced to a smaller box, and it has been great. It has been great. Oh, I need my water. So let's get some water and then we'll do a flute flow. What's the difference between universe making you learn patience and certain careers not being for you? They could be related, but not always. Right? I mean, everything is the universe teaching you something. Honestly, everything is the universe teaching you something. You existing, the universe trying to teach you something. For real. The moment you came out of your mother's womb, the universe started teaching you already. Now with the issue, but when you mention about something with patience, the universe making you learn patience and a certain career not being for you. Well, the master says when one door closes, another opens. Sometimes you're so patient because you want a door to open, but it doesn't. And you keep waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. My personal rule is after a year and something doesn't catch traction, I move on to a new thing. That's my personal rule. If I invest myself into something, if after a year I'm not still inspired, I move on. Right? Because if you can't find passion in 1 year, that's a 365 days of investment in a certain interest. If you can't figure out, are you into this or not? Is this for you or not? But that's just my personal rule. When you do something and it's meant for you, it's in alignment with you. Maria Canto said, this will sparkle joy. Right? When I play crystal bowls, I just play non-stop 30 minutes. Arm burning, but I don't stop because that's part of my practice. But I like it. I know that's for me. But then Sister Emily comes along and Brother Sean comes along. They both have a set of crystal bowls. And the universe like, you have 3 sets of crystal bowls. Let them play. You do something else. Well, what? So I start doing other instruments. A giant standing bell, boom, Tibetan singing bowl, boom, and a casual flute on the side. Doo-doo-doo. While they do 2 sets of crystal bowls. Brother Sean can play crystal bowls because I trained them heavily, right? Whenever I teach them, it's very serious. And eventually, the crystal bowls didn't match Brother Sean. He tried Tibetan bowls, no traction. He tried the flute, no traction. But he didn't quit. And then the universe told me, why don't you get him a handpan? Welcome to the Mystic Village. Let me get some water.